Hey everybody, welcome back to Stamping School. This week I'm going to be working with some of these sketches. So card sketches, or you can use them for scrapbooking or other things, are just sort of like a jumping off point when you're really stuck. If you've been with me for years, you know that I love sketches, and in the annual catalog for Stampin' Up, page 22, they actually added some card sketches. They added 22 of them, and you can print them out if you want to, but I printed out this page. So I decided today that I would do 2 of these sketches with you and show you a couple of ideas with each one. This one right here and this one down here. So when you're stuck for an idea and you're not sure what to do, don't spend hours on the internet looking for an idea. Just go to page 22 and pick one of these sketches because they're so easy. It's a great jumping off point to get you unstuck. So this one right here, so it's basically any size card and then a banner right in the center of it. And they have a bow through the end of it, but I wanted to use this big font right here, and this is that pretty basic beige, and I love it with white and black. I just love it. I used the changing leaves in the background on the card, so I just took these big guys here, and I stamped basic beige on basic beige cardstock. And then I took a banner. I stamped the whole thing. I took this banner die. This is from the Nested Essentials. I took the largest one from that. But I wanted it to be just a wee bit taller because if you look at the card, this is your basic A2 size card, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I wanted it to look equal all the way around. And if I had just done this one, it's okay. But I felt like I wanted it to be just a little bit taller. So what I did, I cut one in white for my sentiment. And then I cut a piece in black also because I love this little stitching around here. And then I just glued them together. Now you can cut this off and use this for something else. So I did that, cut it together, stamped it, and then added my ribbon across the seam. So I really love how it came out. Boy, you can really get a lot done in a short period of time with this right here. Now, if you don't have banner dies like these, and actually we had a set years ago, they weren't stitched, but there was a whole, they were nice and tall and long and went all the way down. So if you have those, that's even better. You wouldn't even have to layer like this. But if you don't have any banner dies, or if you don't have a die machine, just come up about 1/2 inch in the center, and then come in from the corner to the center, and from the corner to the center. And that's an easy way to do a banner. Now, what usually ends up happening with me, I'm like, oh, that one's a little bit longer, so I'm going to come in this way. And oh, that one's like a little bit. Make sure you've got enough room to kind of figure that out. The other thing you can do is you can use a piece of paper. You can use a square punch and just do the corner on here. You can use, even like something like this, put something like that down and trace it. Just look around for things that work to give yourself a little template. But I typically find that less is better. So you don't want them to be too deep, because if you get them too much like this, then it looks like a first place ribbon, right? So it's just start with just like 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch, and then see how you like it. And you can measure that center if you need to. All right, let me show you another idea with this exact same sketch. This one, I'm going to use the new holiday paper. This is Olive. So, they're online exclusives. They loaded a whole bunch of new designer paper and stamp sets. They're holiday themed. Some people like to do holiday in July. So they have a set of vellum, which is very pretty, like vellum papers that are 12 by 12. And then they also have this pretty greenery one. So if I did that for the background, and then here's exactly the same thing as this, except I put a little bit of the vellum up at the top that's gold. So I could do that. Or if I brought this over here, see, that's really pretty. do that. I think what I'm going to do though is I'm going to do this one. And because this one has a lot going on already, and this almost kind of disappears a little bit, I'm going to cover this part up with a solid green, and I think that's gonna work the best right there. That's the top part. So this is just the back of one of the papers. It's like green on green, like that. So, and then put that here in the center. So I've got my gold ribbon right in the middle. I mean, these are pretty easy, and you wouldn't even have to bump these up with dimensionals if you don't want to. You could really just keep it flat, but then you definitely need some sequins or some gold kind of sprinkled around, but it's easy. So that ribbon went across, and then I just tied another piece on like that. And this is one of the new stamp sets also that's online. This is the Greetings of the Season, and when I say online, it just means it's not in a catalog. It's just kind of hanging out there in cyberspace waiting for someone to discover it. But really nice set. I mean, the font is pretty. I like it. I think there are dies that go with it that are shapes. So look for those. I'll link to everything below so that you can find them on the store easily. All right, so the next sketch is this one right here with the torn paper. You know, we had some designer paper that looked torn, but this is just a quick and easy little, I like a banner up here, but you can just do a rectangle, and then torn paper. This one is a peacock card, and then I use that really pretty Thoughtful Journey 6x6 paper. All of our designer paper has so many sheets in it that you can really mix and match easily. Now there's more coming out like this. They've been so successful with this watercolor look paper. They've had several different versions of it. This one is the Thoughtful Journey that's in the annual catalog, but you just mix and match a few pieces. And some people bought this paper also. This is the Thoughtful Journey paper that's part of the suite, but it has all these great like ombre and the purples and the Cajun and corals like that, and greens, peacock. So it's very pretty, and it has like a frosty sheen to it. So you can also mix and match with cardstock, so it doesn't have to all be designer paper. But I want to show you how to layer that. You have to start from the bottom. So what you want to do is pick your bottom piece first and work your way up. So like in this one, I've already got this cut to 4 inches, and it's about 1.5. And you want to, if you tear towards you like this, you can kind of use your thumb and fingers and kind of shape it the way you want to. If you want to see the white tear, you want to tear it towards you like that. And only glue at the bottom, because we need to be able to shove the other pieces up inside there, okay? All right. So now this one, now what we want to do is, if you want to see those tear lines, but it has to be different than this one. So we don't want to tear it exactly the same, right? So in this time, I'm going to tear up higher on this end and then work my way down. Now, if you had something like, if you had different scallops or different edges and borders, you could do that also. See, now look what I did. I made it exactly the same, even though I didn't want to. So I'm going to tear this one. So I need to go lower and then higher up here. See if I can end up doing it right. There. Okay. And then that just sort of gets pushed down in there, and you can kind of move it around. I also like to make them a little wider and trim as I go, because for what happened. That way I would have a little bit more leeway. But put that in there. Get it where you want it. Move it around a little bit. You want to be able to see it. Okay, and then this one here. Now sometimes that's enough. Maybe you only want 2, you know? But we'll see how this one comes out. I'm going to go up and down and up and down. Try that. Right there. Try not to overthink it like I do. Just rip it and stick it down there. So I love how it has the different colors. Now, if you have nails or you don't, like me, but it's almost easier if you don't. But you just come in and just kind of rough those up, okay? Bring them, curl them a little forward. And if you don't have enough to do that, take your pick tool that has a little spatula on it. And just see, I'm just kind of curling it forward a little just to give it that texture. And this paper is so forgiving. You can put it on lots of different colors. Like this one, I'm going to put it on copper and watch how it pulls that copper color from the inside. Isn't that pretty? Okay. And then there's the sketch part. There's the banner. This is that great set. I love this set. Comforting Thoughts, another one. I think it's the online one, but there is no good card for this. I mean, it's such a great set. So I'll link to that one below too. But this is thinking of you, praying for you, and hoping with you. You can add a tree, you can add a flower, you can add something here, or just leave it as is. And I added one of those little birds, like those from the dragonflies, the birds and the dragonflies. Everybody says, what do I do with the birds? I'm like, they're so great to add, just like a, thinking of you kind of a thing. All right, now let me show you the other version. I did a landscape version for holidays using the same thing, same idea, tearing of the papers. This one took a little more time. This one's a little more fussy, for all of the bells and everything. And I did some embossing on it with that new stamp set. This is the Golden Greenery paper. That's one of the new online papers. So pretty. The bells. I cut out a set of the bells for this card. And I cut out this greenery, which was really a lot to cut out, but I did. And this is all I have left of that paper. But, it's 12 by 12 and you get 2 each, 12 sheets. And then the bundle, there's a bundle that matches it, which I did not get yet. I'm kind of waiting for the holiday catalog to come out. But the Golden Greenery is a really pretty bundle that matches this paper. So I took 3 designs from that paper, going this way, did the same tearing on everything, did a little splatter of white ink, embossed it with white powder, hand trimmed this out, but there is that little banner back here from the same layout. So you could do the same thing like we've done before, where you tear layers of snow with white paper or water, so it's just a nice sketch. Oh, so the last thing I want to show you is a new kit they came out with. The Garden of Thanks kit, and I got them and put some together. So the kits have been really good. They've been coming out with, it's not paper pumpkin, they're just card kits. So this one, so you don't have to subscribe or anything, you just go buy them. And this one is an all-inclusive kit. So you get a little ink spot, a little stamp set, and you get the block, the sequins, the dimensionals, glue dots, twine, and then the whole kit that makes 9 of these cards. So I'll link to that below, but this is what they look like put together. They're quite pretty. So the envelopes have a real pretty flap. Can you see the gold crosshatch on there? So this is one card. So aren't they pretty? So this is one big die cut. You stamp this little part right here. This is already, everything's included. So literally you can just take the kit and you're good to go. Comes with these things that you pop out and stick on there. The dimensionals, everything is included. There's that one, and look at this one. This one, there's like nothing to it. Like literally, you fold the card in half, you stick this on, and these are die cuts that you just glue on. They give you little glue dots to stick it on with. That's it. Like they're so pretty. So give these sketches a try. I really think they're just a really great place to jump off for creativity. I'll put up all the recipes for these and the shopping list below. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. See it, learn it, stamp it.